Alright, welcome back to our solution to one-way ANOVA. Remember, if you've not subscribed, click on subscribe button to subscribe to my channel right now. You can also like this video and share with your friends. Alright, so we've calculated all the means and we came out at this point in the Excel sheet. So we now continue with step 3. We calculate the sum of squares. Okay, we calculate the sum of squares. So what it means is that you take the difference of the data point from the mean and you square them. So let's do it in Excel so that it becomes clear. So at this point, let me move this a little away from here to somewhere else. Let me place it here for now. Alright, so the first thing you do, we need to insert a cell. Insert, okay. Look at this 51.133. I want to round it off to maybe 2 decimal places. So to do that, just format cell. If you say format cell, then it displays this dialog box. Just click on number and just make sure it's at 2. So just say OK. You can do the same thing for this one, but instead of doing it, just click on this one, click on this format painter, and then click on this one. Alright, let me make this bold and also make this bold. I like to underscore my results, so let me underscore this. I think these are simple Excel procedures that you can easily follow. Alright, so the same thing in between group 2 and 3, or place in F, which is group 3, just right click and say insert. Do it again, insert, and then do it after group 3. You also insert, and that is fine. So now this is D and this is D squared, right? So this is D and D squared for the 3 groups. So I'm just going to paste the header because we are going to calculate D and D squared. Now you need to pay attention to this very thing I'm going to do now, to how we calculate D. D is equal to this minus the mean, so it's equal to 51 minus this. It gives us 2.8. Now if we look at this, it's not very clear, but if you have downloaded the Excel sheet, then you can also be looking at it. But let's just go ahead to do it by ourselves. If I drag down like this, it will give me wrong answers, very much wrong answers, because if you look at this last column, you see it's 67, 67, which is wrong. So the reason for this is that we don't want this mean to change. We want only these ones to change. So we want, as we are moving down, we don't want this to change. Just look at what happens if we drag this and you double click. You see that it moves from here downwards to the last one. So to avoid that, what we are going to do is to make the mean absolute value. So B9 should be absolute cell reference. To do that, just add a $sign to B and also to 9. That means that when you drag down, it's not going to change. So if I drag down at this point, I have it correctly. So if I have 67 minus 48.2, it gives 18.8, and so on and so forth. So the same thing goes for other ones. Here I'm going to just square this because this is D squared. So just say equal to this. Raised to power is this caret symbol and raised to power 2, and that is fine. You simply drag down. So you are going to do the same thing for this, equal to this minus this, but it's going to be absolute value. We place $sign right there. Oh, dollar. Okay, so I placed the $sign at the wrong place, so place it before the letter and before the number, and I drag down, and then I take the square of that value, raised to power 2, and that is fine. So you drag down, I think, yeah, no, we have it wrong. So I have F. Let's look at this. What are we subtracting? Oh, sorry, 23. E3 minus D9 equals E3 minus D9. Something is not right. So okay, so you can see this D9 is wrong, so it's actually E9. So E3 minus E9, and it's giving us the right answer right now. Alright, so we do the same thing for this, equal to this minus the mean, and we take the absolute. Oh, sorry. So I understand. Just place a $sign before the number and also before the letter, and it gives us this, and then drag down, and then equal to, you square it, caret symbol 2, that means raised to power 2, and this is what we have. Let me do a little formatting to make it look better. Okay, so alright, so this is where we are at this point. Okay, so let me just clean up this a little. I like making it look good, so look good. I use this, and then I do the same thing for this. I use this, and then I use this. So for the heading, I use this one. Alright, so where are we now? Okay, so let's see. We need to calculate the sum of squares. This is step 3. We calculate the sum of squares, right? So we are going to take the sum of the squared columns. So here we say equal to, or let's use the auto sum, equal to, as you can see here, equal to the same thing here, auto sum, and take the last one, place the mouse cursor in there, and take the sum. Alright, so I think we are making progress right now. Where are we in the stream of time? Okay, so let's also, just to be on the safe side, take the mean of all of them. Average, sorry, equal to average of all of these. Also take the mean under it, equal to average of this, and then the last one equal to average of this. Alright, so at this point we've completed calculating the sum of squares. So we now need to calculate these values called the SS total, SS between, and SS within. I'm going to calculate that in the next video. So let's move to part 3 and calculate the sum of squares between, total, and within for all the groups. Remember, click and subscribe. You can also like this video if you've not done so. See you in the next video.